what are the different rites and rituals that are associated with Tusu Puja?
Yes. Well, coming to the different rites and rituals of Tusu Puja, as I already explained in my earlier explanation of who is Tusuma or Tusu Devi. So, on this festival, two different types of murtis of Tusu Devi are made. One murti is of clay and another is of sola, or sola is sponge wood. And generally, the murti, it wears a tin foil crown of colored papers on its head and golden ornaments made of glass paper in its hands and neck. It is the murti is draped in a red blue color paper sari, and the festivities of Tusu Puja, they commence from the morning itself of the next day. It begins with the Pran Pratishtha of the Murti of Tusu Devi in individual homes, which are freshly painted on the eve of the festival. The floors of the entrances to the houses, they are decorated with colorful ritual drawings of rice powder that is mixed in water or alpana, which are sometimes done around a little elevated platform that is neatly smeared with cow dung and mud paste. And this is meant to be the seat of the Devi, of the deity. The main doors of the houses, they are painted, and sometimes a bunch of paddy is also hanged to symbolize the homecoming of Tusu Devi. New earthen pots are purchased on the eve of the festival. In many households, the Pran Pratishtha of Tusu Devi takes place in the afternoon, when the female members, after finishing their household chores, they go out together in a celebratory procession to buy the murti from the nearby marketplace. And then after that, all the women of the village, they adorn themselves in colorful new clothes and participate in this procession, singing various local songs in praise of Tusu Devi. The main religious rituals of Tusu Puja, they are held in the evening. Four earthen vessels called Sara, they are filled with sand, flowers, and rice grains, and then placed in front of the murti. An elder woman of the village called Tusuni, she offers food or prasadam to the Devi, comprising of peas, nakuldana. Nakuldana is a kind of sweetmeat which is prepared from sugar and flour, and flattened rice that is mixed with gur and curd. The women folk, they gather around and they sing songs in glorification of Tusuma, seeking her blessings. These songs are popularly known as Jagaroni Beat or Awakening. Jagaroni means awakening.
Right.
And they have their meals only after the due completion of these religious ceremonies. In the afternoon of the next day, that is on the day of Sankranti, Tusuma is accorded a ceremonial send off, which is known as Bhasan. And this refers to the immersion of the murti of Tusuma in the river waters through a celebratory procession. The unmarried girls, they gather together at the place of the Tusu Bhasani Mela. Tusu Bhasani Mela is the place where the immersion of the murtis takes place and where they sing different Tusu geets and dance with merriment. The older women also, they join these young girls by singing songs. And an oblation of fresh flowers and fruits together with flattened rice that is mixed with jaggery is offered to Ma Tusu by the Tusuni on the banks of the river before her immersion. River water is sprinkled over the murtis as a gesture of sanctity and respect, after which they are finally immersed. And they later feast on a meal of rice and fish curry, believing that this would usher in a new life, a new lease of life. And at the end of the bhasan, the women, they take a holy dip into the river, and the procession then returns to the village amid a fiesta of dancing and singing. Then the old lady, the oldest lady in the village, she distributes prasad to each and everyone who are assembled at the place to take part in the immersion ceremony. And various traditional local sweet dishes like pita, puli. Puli is a form of pancake. They are enjoyed by the people on the occasion of Tusu Puja. Roti pitha, gur pitha, muri lai, tilkut. These are some of the all-time favorites. And in many places, there is also a tradition of feeding crows with rice on the last day of Tusu Puja. Worship of the sun or Surya Devta is also one of the major rituals of Tusu Puja, worshipping the sun. It is because seed germination, which is very important for the agricultural cycle, seed germination cannot take place in the absence of sunlight. And this is a common belief in our Hindu pantheon. And our ancestors were very much aware of the changes in the movement of the sun at this time of the year, during the time of Makar Sankranti, and which was celebrated by them in their own distinct and unique ways. And in this way, Tusu Puja is not merely a local festival celebrated by a few Vanavasi communities. In fact, Tusuma is worshipped to solemnize the power of the sun, which is the symbol of divinity and wisdom in agriculture and the cultivation of crops. Women play a very important role in almost all the rituals of Tusu Puja, including the sowing of seeds, painting of the alpana, pran pratishtha of the murti of Tusu Devi, grinding rice with cow dung balls and paddy. So in all these rituals, women are indispensable. Numerous songs which are sung by women in honor of Tusuma, they are a reflection of the traditional cultural heritage of the Vanavasi communities. And these are songs of fertility, which pray to Bhudevi or Mother Earth for a rich and prosperous harvest. They are the products of oral transmission of local histories through several generations. But overall, these songs are based on different stories from the Ramayana, from the Mahabharata and the Puranas. And also nowadays, these songs, they also reflect contemporary political and local issues. And they also portray different facets of life and people's ways of living in close interaction with nature. In Assam, Tusu Puja is a grand socio-cultural and religious celebration, and it is mainly confined to the tea garden community, who have a very beautiful and unique culture of their own. As I said, it coincides with the festival of Magh Bihu, and therefore it is declared as a regional public holiday every year by the government of Assam. The rich culture and traditions of the tea garden community of Assam, it is an integral part of the overall Assamese culture and heritage. At present, there are several lakhs of tea garden laborers in Assam, and they have accepted this land as their own and contributed in their own wonderful ways towards strengthening the socio-cultural fabric of the state of Assam and the formation of a greater Assamese identity. And besides Tusu Puja, they also celebrate Durga Puja, Deepavali, Kali Puja, Manasa Puja, Shivratri, Sarhul, Karam Puja, Maroi Puja, Sohrai Parab, Holi, etc., as per their own traditional customs and belief systems. And they observe Magh Bihu as well by setting fire to the Meji or Bhela Ghor, besides feasting on popular Assamese delicacies. And most of their festivals are centered around the women of their community, which also reflects a lot about the history, their social values, and the aesthetic lives of the tea garden laborers. In a few tea garden areas of Upper Assam that I had visited during my field studies, fairs called Posh Mela or Tusu Mela are organized as a mark of Tusu Puja. And these melas are a traditional part of the Tusu Utsav. They are organized with the aim of bringing the traditional culture of the Vanavasis and the local artisans and the craftsmen and their skills to the limelight. There is also a famous story in Assam that is associated with the festival of Tusu Puja, and it is believed that Rukmini, alias Tusu, was one of the beautiful daughters of the Kurmi king of present-day Gujarat. But the Sultan of Delhi was desperately trying to annex his kingdom into their dominions through a conversion of the entire population into Islam. But instead of surrendering, the king chose to flee and sought refuge in the court of the then king of Punjab. The name of the king was Birbal, and it was during those days that Tusu and Sitaram was the son of the king of Punjab, Birbal, they fell in love with each other. But the Sultan now wanted to own Tusu, the Sultan of Delhi, and he was baying for the blood of the Kurmi king, that is Tusu's father, which became a factor of obstruction in the relationship of Tusu and Sitaram. But the king eventually had to leave in order to escape the enemy. And Tusu and Sitaram too, they accompanied the king, and they ran away from Punjab first to the land of the Santals in central India, And from there, they escaped into the deep and dense jungles of Assam. And it was here in Assam that the Bhumij and the Chautal communities residing in the Brahmaputra Valley, they came to know about Tusu and Sitaram's love story, and they helped the lovebirds get married under the initiative of the Bhumij king. But in a quite unfortunate turn of events, Tusu's husband actually died within just a few days of their marriage. And news now came in that the soldiers of the Sultan of Delhi, they were leaving no stone unturned to capture Tusu. And Tusu was unable to bear the tragic loss of her husband, and to save her soul from becoming a slave in the hands of the Islamic invader, Tusu self-immolated herself. She willingly sat atop the funeral pyre of her husband, thus becoming Sati, and soon transforming herself into a Devi. And it was from, so this is the story in Assam, and it was from then onwards that the Chautals, the Bhumij, and the Kurmi community, they began to worship Tusu as a pure soul. And with the gradual passage of time, she came to be also worshipped as Ma Sita and Ma Savitri. Therefore, festivals such as Tusu Puja, they are also indicative of they remind us of the history of extreme aversion that was posed by the people of our country against a barbaric foreign force of religious bigots. And many of the Vanavasi communities, they also compare Tusu with Ma Kali and Ma Durga. She is venerated with different songs that are a beautiful description of the various aspects of her life. The first day of the festival is known as Uruka, when boys and girls, they carry the murti of Tusu Devi from house to house, singing the praises of her glory and unmatched love and dedication towards her husband. Young girls, they adorn themselves in the best of their traditional attire, and they perform a special dance called Jhumur Nitya to the tunes of the drum, which is known as the Madal in the tea garden language. And Tusuma symbolizes the virtues of kindness, love, sacrifice, and she happens to be the favorite goddess of the tea garden community of Assam. And just like in other parts of India as well, both til and gur or jaggery, they are the two most important items of the various traditional dishes that are prepared on the occasion of Tusu Puja in Assam. And therefore, it is also known as Til Sankranti among some sections of the tea garden communities. And at the end of the ceremonies, as I said, the murti is immersed in the nearby river. And there is also a traditional custom in which many devotees, they forge new bonds of friendship on this day with the river as a witness to their promise. But earlier, Tusu Puja was celebrated for the entire month of Pause. But in the recent years, due to the constraints of time and changing circumstances, the celebrations have been reduced to only 2 days of the month. That is the previous day of Pause Sankranti, the 29th day of Pause month, which is observed as Jagaran or awakening, and the next day on which the festivities formally come to an end.
Right.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.